Okay, let's get going. Morning. So we're gonna do a mixture of yoga and Qigong today and some meditation. Let's start with meditation, per usual. So please come into a comfortable seated posture. Recline is also fine as well if you cannot sit, if your back's bothering you, if you have hip issues. So get your body comfortable and let's lengthen the spine and close the eyes. If you need to, wiggle, move, find the body, get comfortable. Take a moment. And begin by allowing the awareness to wake up, meaning you're starting to notice the consciousness that's here. You're noticing your own awareness that's aware of the body, of the five senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, sensation, thoughts, feelings. And becoming extra aware of your own awareness, right? And that could be at first through just noticing how you are aware of the various phenomena that are arising in the moment. Right now, without effort, you are aware of sensation or sound or sight if your eyes are open, or your mind. But notice that you are aware, right? Just recognize that you are aware. Yeah. The interesting thing is that we are aware all the time. We are not always aware that we are aware. I know it sounds like a weird Yoda riddle, but this is important. And you could say that this is the essence of yoga practice, at least in a traditional sense. So traditional yoga, old school yoga, is all about witnessing the seer or the observer, however you want to conceptualize it. That was the goal, to see the seer, to recognize the ultimate essential seer. The first step is just noticing that you are aware, making that usual day-to-day normal function of our consciousness, making that conscious. So for some of you mindfulness folks, it's about noticing that which is mindful, or noticing not the thoughts, the five aggregates or the sensations, sound, smell, taste, phenomena, but that which is aware of the sound, smell, taste, sensation. And if that's too complicated, just notice that you're conscious right now. Tune into the fact that you are simply conscious. And see if you can return to that over and over. So if you lose track of it and you get lost in your thoughts, pause, notice it, come back. The simple act of just noticing what's happening, what you're aware of, and returning to awareness is what we call mindfulness. And that word mindfulness in the original language in in Pali or Sanskrit is smriti or sati, which the simple definition is to remember, to recall, remember. So mindfulness is to remember to be aware of whatever you set your intention on being aware of. Now from here, let's bring that extra aware, conscious self to the mind for a moment and just begin to notice your mind. What's happening in your mind? Do you notice the thoughts? So the mind often will communicate through thoughts or images. You might be watching a movie in your mind, like a scene that you're playing out in your mind. And in some traditions, they believe emotion or feeling is also part of the mind. See if your mind is a little distracted or calm. What's the quality of mind? Is it calm, quiet, steady, with occasional thoughts? Or is it quite busy, jumping from one thing to the other? Don't judge it. Just be aware of it. Just see where the mind is at currently. Are there any gaps in your thoughts that you can notice? Is there a moment where the mind slows down or stops for a second? Can you pause the mind for a moment? What's it like to explore that quiet moment or pause? Just watching mind, observing mind. And see if you can notice a difference between being and identifying with the thinking mind versus being the watcher or the observer of the thinking mind. Nice. And from that observer, begin to notice the body. Notice the pace of the breathing, the depth of the breath. Resting your gentle, soft awareness on the body. And say hello to your body. Say good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this video, good evening. Just take a moment to greet the body. So when we practice yoga or Qigong, we're attempting to harmonize our relationship to the body and mind. So to have a harmonious relationship with your body and mind means you're not just a dictator to your body and mind. You don't just say, I do, do this body, do this mind, and force it all the time. There's also a receptive relationship where we listen and tune in. So before we begin commanding the body-mind in the practice, let's take a moment just to deeply listen and become present with your own body and mind in a kind, compassionate manner. And from here, let's bring the palms together in front of the heart. Lengthen the spine. Take a couple breaths. Feel the midline of the body. See if you can feel the center line from the pelvic floor all the way to the crown, and elongate your center line, sitting up tall. So in my classes where I'm doing a lot of Qigong, we've been talking a lot about the subtle body and the energy body. And in the East, in Eastern spiritual traditions and body practices that come along with these traditions, they look at the body as not just a physical body, but as a subtle energy body. And that slight shift in perspective can open up a whole world of possibilities. And it's something that's also very practical and tangible subjectively as well. Like when you lengthen your spine and torso and you open up the flow of the prana or the energy through your subtle body, through the central channel, you notice you feel different. And you may also notice if you hold this upright position aligned for a while, your mind and the mental state over time will adjust as well. So the yogis, the Qigong masters, observed this correlation between the body and mind a long time ago. So take a couple more breaths here. If you like, reflect on your intention again for your practice today. And connect with some positive prayer or intention for your practice. So we're not just aligning the body, but we're also aligning your mind, including your mind in your practice. In a moment, we're going to do a bow in. When you bow in, you're bowing to your practice. You're bowing to your higher self. And so that we may become more open to receive the blessings of our practice. Bowing is an act of opening to being receptive to receive something greater. Okay, so let's do a little bow in. Welcome. Then bring your spine up. So some of you may find this beginning of the session to be a little tedious, but it does make a huge difference when you properly prepare the body-mind for the practice. Let's bring the cushion out. We're going to lie down first, just for a little while. So I'm going to have you lie down and just take the arms overhead. Just stretch the body out. Push down to the heels and reach up through your arms, elbows, fingertips. Lengthen the body out. Take a couple deep breaths here. Now with your eyes closed, I'd like you to bring that awareness to your spine. Start breathing into your spine. We're going to do a couple simple spine and back release techniques on the ground before we move on. So begin to feel your spine and begin to breathe into your spine. See if you can start releasing some of the tension you're holding in the spine. And when you breathe, attempt to create more room and more movement through the rib cage and the belly and the chest. So you're also freeing up some of the tension you're holding through your diaphragm and your torso, your rib cage. If you're free to exhale through the mouth, make a little sound. If you're practicing with someone, see who can be louder, more obnoxious. If you're by yourself, let it rip. Enjoy the space of practicing at home. For some of us, it allows us to relax more deeply when we're at home. Let's walk the feet up. From here, keep your feet about hips width distance apart. Drop your knees to the right. Twist. Slide the arms to the left and look left. It's a real gentle twist. Let gravity do most of the work. Not much effort here. The work here for you is to become aware of the body and just to relax into the stretch, to surrender. But for some of us, letting go or surrendering is not easy. So this is good practice. One of the big things that we often don't talk about in yoga is how much of yoga is a nervous system training practice too. So we're learning how to use our intention to both activate and relax the body and the mind and the nervous system. And switch. Take your knees over to the other side. And keep your knees and feet staggered. So notice I'm not stacking my knees. The top knee is hovering above the bottom ankle. And slide the arms over to the other side, turn the head, and twist. Nice, and center. From here, bring the knees gently into the body. So you're not going to pull them in too hard, just going to cradle and hold the knees. And then start rocking side to side. And turn the head with the body. Roll all the way from one shoulder to the other. And close your eyes and become aware of your back. Breathe into your back, please. And enjoy rolling on the ground. In modern life, we don't really rest on the floor anymore. We're always on our couch, our bed, our chairs. There's something about the firmness of the ground when you lie and roll on it. It's nice. For me, it's really comforting. Nice. And then from here, keep your ankles crossed. Just rotate the knees in circles. Massage that sacrum and the lower back into the ground. As you're doing this, once more, bring your awareness down into the sacrum and lower back and take a breath. And see if you can continue to release and relax the tension in the body. Move at the pace that helps you relax. For some of you, you might be moving a little quick because you're thinking in your mind, you're thinking about stuff you're going to do later, so you're moving really fast, right? Just slow it down and reverse. Go as slow as you can. Moving slow requires that you slow down your nervous system. So work with the breath. See if you can slow the breathing down. And how slow can you go? See if you can be less productive in a certain way. And you'll be productive in a different way. Remember, for some of us, we're functioning suboptimally because we're not relaxing well enough. Right? So the ultimate relaxation is sleep. And if we're not getting good sleep because we're not relaxing and unwinding very well, you're going to be performing suboptimally for the rest of your day at work, etc., in your relationships. Nice. And then feet to the ground. Let's do a couple simple bridge rolls. So you're going to inhale, lift the hips up. And as you exhale, just roll the spine down. I want you to push your spine into the ground very slowly on the way down. Same thing here where you're massaging the spine into the ground. Using the ground, the firmness of the floor to pressurize the pressure points along the spine to open up the channels and energy flow through the spine. We want to have a nice, relaxed, open, awake spine. Try closing your eyes for the next couple rounds and breathing into your spine as you do this. Tune into your body. Come into your body. Take a break from your thinking mind. Drop into your feeling body. Let's take two more. Inhale, lifting, breathing in. Work with your breath too. On the exhale, roll the spine down slowly. Nice. And then one more. Doing good. Nice. Then all the way down. Once more, I'm going to have you take your arms overhead. Just keep your feet where they are and stretch. Lengthen out the spine. You can lightly or gently rock the knees side to side if you like as well. You know, the beauty of this kind of yoga is that it's not about attaining the perfect shape or pose. It's really the focus on how you're feeling and to help you feel better in your body. That's the goal here. Yeah, bring the arms down, gather your legs in, wrap your arms around the legs, bring your forehead up towards your knees. When you wrap your arms around your legs, now see if you can push your knees up into the arms so it kind of pulls you up here. Tuck your chin towards the chest. Breathe into your spine. Stretch the spine out. Push the mid-spine into the ground. And release, head down. Turn the head side to side. Look left, look right. As you do this, push the back of your skull lightly into the ground. So you're massaging the back of the skull there too. For some of you, you may notice you have some tension back there. Good. Bring your feet down to the ground, palms facing down next to the hips. And we're going to lift back up the bridge. This time we're going to hold it. We're going to wake up the spine. So for those of you who can, walk your shoulders and shoulder blades under, tuck them under towards the spine. to open up the chest more. Push down with the arms, ground the feet, turn on the glutes, and activate your back muscles. Don't let your knees splay out too wide. Bring your knees in towards each other. Breathe here. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Now see if you can breathe up into the chest. Open the rib cage up. Open the chest up. Nice. Hold it. Doing good. Ground the feet. Feel your feet. Feel the arms. Support. Support with the feet and the arms. And now walk your shoulder blades out. Now reach your arms overhead. Don't come down yet. And press the spine down slowly, one at a time, vertebrae at a time. Now when you get to the mid-spine, lift the upper back and head up. Reach the hands towards your thighs. So now you're balancing on the mid-spine. Your lower back and hips are still off the ground. Now I want you to rotate the arms in circles along with the spine. So you end up massaging that mid-back into the ground. Okay, if that's too much for your neck, just release early, then reverse. Just do what you can here. You don't have to do everything. And release, head down. Okay, hips down. Turn the head side to side again, one more time. Take a nice deep breath. All right, and then roll over onto the side, coming up. Let's go to a seated position. And coming up into a cross-legged posture. We're gonna take a nice simple twist. Just rotate your spine. Right hand on the fingertips. Behind you, left hand on the outside of your thigh. And you're gonna just turn the head, twist. Close your eyes. Now feel the spine. Actually, sorry, let's do this. Bring awareness to your hips again. Really melt into the hips and the twist. Don't crank the spine too hard. Make sure you can still breathe pretty easily. And I want you to focus on your pelvis and getting heavy through your hips and getting grounded and settled. Imagine you're going to be here for like an hour and you're getting nice and comfy. You're really settling in. We should get your hips grounded. I want you to breathe into your spine and feel your spine. Now try tilting that right ear towards the right shoulder. So the left side of the neck opens up, stretches. Breathe into the left side of the spine. And release. Switch it up. Twist to the other side. On your left fingertips, right hand to the outer thigh. Slowly twist, gentle. Close your eyes. Feel those hips melt into the ground. Get settled and stable. And just concentrate on that for a moment. Right? In your practice, when you're bringing awareness to different areas of the body and holding it there, it's a form of concentration. It's really good for your mind. It's good training for the mind. And once you're grounded, lift through the heart and the crown one more time. Turn the head lightly. Don't crank too hard. And then tilt the left ear towards your left shoulder and stretch open the right side of the neck and the spine. Track the right side of the spine with your awareness and breathe into the spine. Again, getting the energy to flow through the right side of your spine. And release. Okay, rub your palms together. Take your hands and rub your lower back down vigorously. Close your eyes as you do this. Massage your lower back. Find any achy spots, tense spots, and pay extra attention into those areas. And you can use your fingertips and rub around the bones too, around the spinal column and the vertebrae. You can work all the way down towards the sacrum, around the glutes. Now, pause and keep your palms on your lower back, and I want you to breathe into the lower back. So on the inhale, the lower back expands, and the exhale, lower back softens. Couple more. One more. And release. Walk your hands forward and take a fourfold, gentle fourfold over the legs. Relax your spine. You can bring your hands, forearms, whatever touches the ground naturally, and support your body and lower the head. And breathe into the spine here. And see if you can breathe into the lower back again, just like we were a moment ago. When we're rubbing the lower back, breathe into your lower back, breathe into your spine. Imagine breathing the prana or the energy into the spine, and as you exhale, we're releasing tension, opening up the flow through the spine. Good, and then come up as you inhale. Okay, now take your feet, and I want you to rub the soles of your feet vigorously. And then massage the soles of your feet. Use your thumbs, and I want you to push in there nice and hard. Don't be nice or gentle on this one, okay? I want you to dig in. Look for some of the achy spots. So we're gonna do some reflexology. And all you need to do is find spots that hurt and then work them more, right? Push into them harder. It'll suck while you're doing it, but you'll feel better later. So again, look for those spots. You can also even use your knuckles, okay? Get in there, dig in. Take a deep breath. If you find a painful spot, work it, and then breathe into it. Use the breath. And then, nice, go to the toes. Squeeze each of your toes, the tip of your toes. Roll the toes in between your fingers. Stimulate your toes. Okay, and then I want you to rub up the inside of your calves, inner knees, inner thighs, inner shin, right, all the way up. And then take a gentle forward fold. So notice that the feet are together. We're in a butterfly position. You can also have a cushion underneath your hips. Just take a nice gentle forward bend, not too much. Don't make it too intense. And breathe here. We're just going to take a couple breaths. If you like, spread your toes open. Breathe here into the groins. Take 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Long exhale, next one. All the breath out. Nice. Now come on up. Now you're going to take your hands. Put your hands right on your inner thighs. You're going to push down with the hands as you push up with the legs. Legs push up, hands push down. And then the legs and hands are working against each other for 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to feel the groins working. 1, and release. Now wrap your arms around the knees. I want you to push your knees out against the arms as you pull in with the arms and hold. Now turn on the glutes. See if you can squeeze your buttocks. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now move your knees in and out. And let's come on up. Let's come up to a standing position. Hands on hips. Bend the knees slightly, and let's rotate those hips. Okay, make sure the knees are bent. Gotta take care of those hips. Hopefully you're walking, taking walks, and moving regularly, biking, right? Getting some movement, dancing. Gotta dance. It's a really great time to pick up some dancing. We need to do a dance party at some point. And reverse. And so, if you want to get ready for the dance party, you can try different hand positions. 1 hand on hip. Go wide. You can isolate. Reverse. Use your core more. Good. Keep rotating. If you don't use it, you lose it. Right? You got to move that area of the body. Take a deep breath. Whew. Nice. All right. Feet together. Cup your knees, rotate the knees. Take care of those knees. So sitting all day really does a number on the hips, on the joints. So make sure you move your hips around. Your lower back depends on it. And reverse. And then bend and straighten the knees. Feel the feet, feel the ground as you're bending and straightening the knees. Waking up all the energy flow in the legs. Good. And come on up. Shake your legs out. So a while ago, I read this morbidity study that was done on older folks, and they found a correlation between hip strength, mobility, flexibility, and just morbidity from any diseases. So they found that people who can get up and down smoothly and have stronger hips were more likely to live longer. So more reason to take care of those hips. Okay, so on that tip, let's take the legs wider. So again, you can adjust how wide you take this depending on what you can handle physically. So for some of you, it might just be here, just a slightly wider than the hips. For some of you, it might be pretty wide, okay, if you have strong legs. And bring the toes in slightly. So you don't have to have totally parallel feet. You can have the toes slightly out, but just pull them in slightly. Now rotate the thighs out laterally, so knees push out. And I want you to sink into the hips. Let's start by hands on the thighs by the knees and just light squatting up and down. So we're just turning on some of the muscles deep in the hip joints. We're going to do some strengthening today too. Okay? So just do what you can. Nice. And then lightly shift, just slightly, shift the weight from one hip to the other. And you're going to load the hip on one side and then the other, side to side. Again, for some of you, you can bring the hands up if you want more intensity. Okay, I'm just doing the most gentle version here. If you want to be more intense, you can squat deeper. You can go hands in prayer position and do some one-legged squats, load. And then try, if you're doing that, turn the body slightly because that'll actually expose the glutes more and you're going to get more activity through your buttocks. You can work those buns. Do as many as you like. Just stop if it gets too much. Catch your breath. We'll be with you in a second. Let's do one more. Just waking up here. And now from here, just keep that wide stance. Bring your toes in. Hands on hips. We're going to rotate the hips again. So as we strengthen, we're also going to keep loosening up and take care of those joints. Take a breath. Keep breathing. Long exhale. Notice when you do something like that, your breath will get short. So breathe all the way out and open that breath and open the lungs back up. Good reverse. Deep breath, long exhale. Nice. And let's come back down to a horse. Now this time, we're going to lightly tap the dantian. So if you've been in the Qigong classes, we've done this before. We find the navel, go below it, and you're just going to tap the core. We're going to wake up that core. So we're really trying to open up the circulation through the pelvic area, through the hip joints and through the core here. So as you're striking the core, firm up the core slightly. Find the breath. Drop the tailbone. Now, maybe close your eyes if you can. Bring your awareness or your mind into the core as you tap it. So you're strengthening, waking up energy, blood flow into your core. Deep breath. Keep going. And release, come on up. Take a break. Take a couple breaths. See if you can breathe into the belly. And deep breath in. A slow, long exhale. Very good. And come back down to that squat again. Toes slightly out. Now bring your arms forward. So you can just go palms forward like this if it's too complicated, or you can make the hands Shaolin style. And again, drop your tailbone. So side beat, you don't want to be like this right now. You want to tuck the tailbone slightly so the spine and torso comes more upright. Watch the knees. Just take care of the knees. Draw the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Now, for those of you who know breath of fire, let's try a round of breath of fire here. Otherwise, breathe normally. So on the exhale, you're pumping the belly towards the spine on the exhale. So navel back to the spine on the exhale. Keep going. Slow. And coming up, nice. Toes in. Whew. Rub the palms together. Then just rub your legs down. Do your quads, in front of the hips, side of the hips, back of the hips, down the legs, quads, IT band, hamstrings, calves, tops of the feet. Then come on up. Walk your feet closer. You're gonna take your palms. Let's actually do this. Interlock your fingers and pull up. Now when you pull up, bend the knees just slightly and arc back slightly here. Open up the front of the body, push the hips forward. Take it easy on that lower back, nice and easy. Chin up. I want you to pull your chin up so your throat, your belly and chest, your throat, everything opens to the front line. Inhale. Breathe there and exhale. Slowly come down. Now when you come down, I'm gonna have you pulse, lift, lower, lift, lower. I'm gonna have you pulse in that forward bend position. Now, keep pulsing, but now twist over the right leg and pulse. So you're stretching a little more on the left side of the lower back and the back of that right leg. And then switch it over, pulse. Whew. Back center, pulse. Now bend those knees and then roll the spine up slowly. Inhale. Coming up nice and slow. And all right, back up to upright position. Then just balance and shake it out. Bend the knees. Exhale, make a sound. Shake some of the tension out. Shake the shoulders, arms. Let go of the jaw. Soften the belly. Check the spine, relax the neck. Great, next. So we're gonna go back to a light horse stance. Okay, start there. From here, I'm gonna have you turn your right foot in. So your right toes are gonna turn in and turn the left toes out. So you're gonna come into what's called a bow and arrow stance, facing the left side. Okay. Now, what's a little different from yoga here is I want you to bend both of the knees if you can. Okay. Adjust your feet if you need to get comfortable. So both knees are slightly bent. Now align the pelvis so the hips are vertical and one side's not tilted up more than the other. Okay. Cross the wrists, inhale. And then make these hands we just did earlier. So thumb, index fingers pointed up and the rest of the fingers curled. Cross the wrists, inhale. And exhale, push the hands out to the sides and then sink into the legs and turn and look to the left. Push the palms apart. It's like a warrior two. It's a modified version in Taoist style. Okay, so hands are in this position. Okay, and push the knees apart. So knees pushing apart, both knees bent, sinking, pushing arms apart, holding. Draw the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth and breathe here. So we're doing a yoga and Qigong fusion posture. And then come up. Now bring the arms down. Just bring the left foot in, turn the right foot out. Bend both knees, cross the wrists, inhale. Exhale, press the arms apart, sink, look to the right. And back to center. Now, we're gonna change it up a bit. So now, your left hand in this position, the right hand in a fist, cross. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, turn the left foot out again and pull the arms apart like you're pulling a bow. You're gonna pull that right elbow back and push the left hand out to the left and look to the left and sink. Pull the knees apart and then back center, turn, pivot the foot in, cross, switch the hands. So the right hand, thumb, index fingers out, left hand in a fist, turn the right foot out, sink, pull the elbow back and press out with the right hand. Look to the right, sink. And then repeat. Center, inhale. Left hand, right hand and fist. Turn and pull the bow open. Inhale, center. Left hand and fist, right hand, thumb, index finger pointing up. Turn the right foot out, pull the elbow back, pull the bow open, sink. And inhale. And exhale, pull the bow open. Pivot, left foot out. Good. Inhale. Cross, right foot out. Turn to right, sink. Nice. Inhale, turn in. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. One more round. And exhale. Just do the best you can. Sink as low as you can. Inhale. One last time. And pull open. Nice. And center. And release. Walk your feet closer together. Shake your legs out. Whew. Next. Enjoying rotation for the arms. Let's loosen things up after that. Whew. And reverse. Turn the hands, part the curtain, open chest, reach back, roll those shoulders, elbows and wrists. Pull open, reach back. Reach through. And release. Shake it out. Arms out to the sides, elbows bent, wrist cocked, drop chin. Let's work the neck. Tilt the head from one side to the other. Nice. And release. Shake it out. Take your palm and cup your palm. Tap. Tilt the head over to the side. If you're hanging out with someone, tap each other. Do both sides at the same time. And then we'll switch when you switch to the other side individually. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in. If you're tapping, being tapped, exhale long, make a sound. Nice. And then squeeze the traps. Again, if you're working with some, squeeze both their traps on both sides. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then work your way down. Squeeze the arm, shoulder, forearms, wrists, and then pull the energy out from the fingertips. So if you're doing both sides, you just squeeze the shoulders, work the arms down, grab the fingers, and you pull the energy out and toss it. Okay? Then drag the hand down the arm. So again, just slide the hands down from the trapezius. You want to push down pretty strongly as you slide the hand down, like just you're pulling off. Imagine you have a bunch of goo on your, oil or something. It's stuck on the arm. You're just wiping all the water off. Okay. And other side. So again, if you're working with a partner, switch up. Unless you owe them something, then maybe they get a double session. If it's your mom, do it to her twice. Okay, take a nice deep breath in, make a little sound, exhale. Nice, squeeze. And work your way down. Shoulders, biceps, triceps, forearms. So you're squeezing and kind of dragging at the same time. All the way to the fingertips, pull it out, and then slide. Nice. Whew. Just notice how your neck, shoulder area feels. And let's clear the chest area. So take your fingertips, tap the sternum. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, make a sound. You can tap with your palms too if you like, if you want a stronger strike. Inhale into the chest. Exhale, make sound. Release the tension in the chest. Nice. Again, inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. And rub the heart down. Take a deep breath into the chest again. And then from the chest, brush down. Okay, let's come back into the legs. We'll train and wake up the legs a little more today. So we're doing a bit more strengthening here. You're going to bend the knees, and this time push your hips back. Like actually let your butt stick out. So you're going to come into a chair position. You can start with your hands on your thighs. Just come as low as you can. Okay, feet are parallel, and the feet are about hips width distance apart. Lean forward with the torso. Now, if you can handle it, I want you to bring your arms forward. Okay, so we're sticking the glutes out, and we're coming into a chair, and we're holding and breathing here. Now, if it gets too much, just come on up, take a break, and then come back in. For those of you who can handle, hold it. If you want a little more intensity, just because, you can actually hold this and just lean the weight into one leg. So most of the weight is on your right side now. And you should feel that right hip burning. Okay? And then switch it up, the other side, load. Right? Or just stay in normal position, come up early. You're going to strengthen those hips. You're going to feel it right in the glutes. If you're really sticking your butt out. Other side again. Just do what you can. It's getting a little intense here. Then we'll start doing more relaxing stuff after this. Nice, and center and up. One more time, hands on hips. Rotate those hips. But just notice how invigorating it is when you get the circulation flowing in the pelvic area. You can feel the blood pressure too. So working those legs, really important. It's good for the heart. Reverse. And breathe. So when you're doing this, you want to start relaxing. So extend the exhale. Steady breath. Nice. Let's take care of the knees too. So walk your feet together, cup your knees again. Rotate those knees. And reverse. Bend and straighten your knees. So your body keeps you sustained all day long, right? So it deserves at least an hour a day of care, maintenance, something that helps it feel better. It goes a long way if you do a little bit every day. Your body is your temple, it's your home. Come on up, shake your legs up. So my father died when I was 10 years old from various forms of cancer. So very early on, I realized the importance of health. I was also a very sick kid. So I had really bad asthma and all sorts of allergies, and I was super sensitive and weak as a child with my immune system. So, I spent the last 20 years really trying to work on my health, and really believe health is wealth, and it's the foundation of your whole life. So please take care of your health. This is a great time to do it as well, right? Because it's really on the forefront of our mind. So definitely indulge in that health craze or health inspiration right now that's there. Okay, take your palms, rub them together again. Now rub the belly down. Vigorously. Wrap around the waist, rub around the waist. And then rub the lower back. Take a deep breath in. And again, one more time, rub down the glute. IT band, rub the legs down. Calf. Tops of the feet. And then come up the inner legs, rub up the inside of the legs. Over the pelvis. Now this time we're going to tap. Again, tap the core. And again, use cupping hands. So it pops, makes a little popping sound, go around the waist. And then work your way down the leg. Tap the leg. Tap the bones, stimulate the bones. Back up, stimulate the marrow. Again, pelvis. Now let's spend a little time, let's go here. Let's go front of the hips. And strike the front of the hips. Bend the knees slightly. And then do the side of your hips. Tap the side of your hips strongly. Find the bone, tap the bone, and then tap the back. Good. and then work your way down the leg. Tap the thigh bone. Stay in the thighs. And then do the side of the knee and into the shin. Tap the tibia. And then tops of the feet. And then back up the inside of the tibia. Inner knees. Inner thighs. And belly again. And then relax. Take a deep breath. Good workout for the arms too, yeah? All right, shake the arms out. Shake the legs out. And just stand for a moment and feel the after effect. Take a moment of pause. Another thing that this time period, if you allow it, is giving us is an opportunity to possibly slow down, to take moments, to just pause. And hopefully some of us are taking advantage of that and taking time to reflect and slow down. Times like this, it's an opportunity to make some changes. Let's see if we can make the most of it. So just notice as you pause how your body feels currently. Okay, bring the weight into the center of your feet. We're going to just do a real gentle version of this. Just a real slight bend in the knees. So you can feel your legs on the ground more. I want you to feel the earth first. And turn the palms so the palms are facing the ground and just feel the ground. We're going to do a standing meditation to end. If this is too much for you, your knees are having a hard time, your legs are tired, just take a seat. So you can sit on a chair, sit on the ground on a cushion. Now bring the body weight right into the center of the feet so you can feel that the torso and the spine, neck, and head are all vertical. And your weight is right in the center of the feet, balanced. Nice. And now take the hands, keep everything the same. Just take the palms facing towards the lower dantian, which is a couple inches below your navel. So we're gathering the chi or the awareness and the energy all into the core, building our nice, stable, rooted energy body. When we balance and strengthen and ground the energy body, the body and the mind follow. Keep the weight in the center of the feet. Awareness, energy collecting into the lower belly, beneath the navel, 2 inches below the belly button. See if you can allow the breath to open up into the core there. Just do your best. We slowly improve over time. Don't expect to do any of this perfectly or well if it's new for you. It's okay to struggle. You're growing. So again, returning to mindfulness, sati or shmirti, remembering to come back to the lower belly. And you will forget many times, but what's important is that you return. Next, now slowly bring the arms up to chest level. Keep the elbows low, and the wrists and shoulders higher than the elbows lower than the shoulders and the wrists and hands. Like you're embracing lightly someone or something in front of the heart. This is actually called embracing the tree posture. So the Taoists, as you can tell, were hippies. Prototype hippies from back in the day. So embracing the tree posture, holding knees slightly bent still, weight in the center of the feet, spine, torso, head vertical, relaxing on the inside, centering, breathing, resting in the posture. Melting on the inside while maintaining the integrity of the structure, weight in the center of the feet, spine upright. Nice. Nice. And then relax, lower the arms down. Good. Shake your legs out, arms out. Let's take a seat. So if you were standing, grab a cushion or chair or sit on the ground. If you're already seated, feel free to stay there. Okay, so once you're in your seated posture, let's lengthen the spine. I'd like you to close your eyes. So once more, can you become aware that you are aware? That there is this sentience here. That is the fundamental root of who you are and what you are. Sentient being. A being that can sense. A being that can register sensory data. And part of that is thought, thinking, then process that sensory data, that consciousness. Notice that you are conscious. And just rest in that. And return to that. Just to noticing that you're conscious. Some might call it being, presence. Just resting in presence or being. Doesn't require any energies, doesn't require any doing. It's already there, it's naturally there. And when the body and the mind are more calm, sedated, is it easier to notice that being that's here? Just resting in that and just simply returning to that over and over. Okay, let's bring the palms together in front of the heart. So, from one of my teachers years ago, I learned that the namaste or namaskara, the greeting, is a greeting that has a meaning behind it. I'm not sure if this is true. I have to confirm this with some people, but which means I greet the space in you wherein which if we were both abiding in it, we would be one. Right? I greet the space in you wherein which if we were to both abide there, we are one and the same. So you could say that the being level of your being is the same in every single sentient being. Right? Even though you might have different thoughts, appearances, feelings, fundamentally on that being level, we are all sentient beings, conscious beings. So from that place in us, may we imagine and recognize all the beings out there and their essential sentient beingness, and wish them well. They most likely want and need the same things you do, have the similar aspirations. May they have those things. If I could give it to them, may I give them those things. And thus may all beings be happy, free, cared for, and well. All right, thanks for showing up for the session today. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So tune in. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook Live on my Facebook page, Mark Tanaka Yoga, or on Instagram at Mark Tanaka Yoga. Feel free to share it with your friends if you've enjoyed it, and please subscribe or follow me. Thank you so much.